Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, meaning let the entire world be happy. Good morning to one and all. I, Kumari Sakshi, student manager at Balaji Institute of Technology and Management, Shri Balaji University, Pune, will be your master of ceremony for today. To begin our event on an auspicious note, let us seek the blessings of Lord Ganesha, the remover of obstacles and the harbinger of wisdom and success. Ganesh Vandana symbolizes the start of journey filled with positivity, purpose, and prosperity. May I now welcome our student manager Ritika Singh to present Ganesh Vandana.
गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः
गणनायकाय गणदैवताय गणाध्यक्षाय धीमहि गुणशरीराय गुणमण्डिताय गुणेशानाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि
Let us all rise for national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
I am delighted to extend a cordial welcome to you all on behalf of Balaji Institute of Technology and Management, a proud constituent of Shri Balaji University, Pune. To mark the commencement of this event, we kindly request all the dignitaries to come forward and light the ceremonial lamp to officially inaugurate our event.
गणदैवताय गणाध्यक्षाय धीमहि गुणशरीराय गुणमण्डिताय गुणेशानाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि
Now I request all the dignitaries to put flowers on Bala sir's photo. Friends, let's give a massive round of applause to our incredible participants for their outstanding efforts and energy. They truly deserve all our cheers and appreciations for making this moment so special. I now welcome BITM Deputy Director Dr. Rajeshwari Patil for the opening address.
A very good morning to everybody. Distinguished guest, Dr. Abhay Pant, Mr. Manu Kumar, and Mr. Vikas Pandey, our esteemed leadership team of SBUP, faculty members, and all my bright young minds. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the Case Quest 2024, organized by Balaji Institute of Technology and Management, a constituent of Sri Balaji University, Pune. This flagship event, driven by our BITM Business Club, embodies our commitment to bridging management education with real-world challenges. Case studies are a cornerstone of management education, immersing students in complex business scenarios that demand innovation, actionable solutions, and creative thinking. By tackling this year's theme, Promotive Comprehensive Infrastructure Repair Solutions for Post-Disaster Situations, participants are not only addressing urgent global issues, but also enhancing their critical skills, strategic thinking skills, problem solving, and teamwork. At this juncture, I must take a moment to appreciate the unwavering support and guidance of our Chancellor, Sir, Honorable Professor B. Paramanandan, Professor Dr. G.K. Shirude, Sir, our Vice Chancellor, Senior Directors and Dean, Dr. Dimple Saini, Ma'am, Dr. Biju G. Pillai, Sir, and Dr. Sanjeet Kumar Das. Your leadership and encouragement continues to inspire us to set new boundaries of excellence. A special acknowledgement goes to our student conveyors and Dr. Ritika Singh, the dynamic head of our BITM Business Club. Their zeal enthusiasm, and dedication have been the driving force behind conceptualizing and bringing Case Quest 2024 to life. It is their energy, their vision that have transformed this event into a platform of innovation, collaboration, and impactful learning. To our students and participants, I urge you to dive into this experience wholeheartedly. This is not just a competition, but an incredible opportunity to learn, expand your perspective, and develop skills that will empower you to face future challenges with confidence. I wish you all the best, and let's have a great learning experience. Thank you.
May I now request our Vice Chancellor, Dr. G.K. Shirode, to share a few words of encouragement.
नमस्ते सुप्रभातम नमो नमः. That is enough. Well, today we gathered here for Case Quest 2024. Shri Balaji University Pune is known for innovative initiatives since more than 2.5 decades. And this is the one of the remarkable event as far as the knowledge creation and knowledge acquisition. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome the guest of honor, Dr. Abhay Pant, representing IIT Guwahati. Our second guest is Manu Kumar, representing Hero Electric. He is coming in this particular campus. This is the third time. Sir, आपको बार बार आना है. Yeah, you will like Balaji University very much. And the third, a very heightened, very blissful personality, Vikas Pandey, representing Physics. Well, having said this, let me congratulate first the Ritu Singh. She has presented a Ganesh Vandana. Ritu Singh, na? Ritika Singh. And Dr. Ritu Singh is different. She is also. Ritika plus Ritika, it increases the strength of Balaji. I also appreciate and congratulate the BITM Business Club in association with Confederation of Indian Private Universities. May I write? Yes, sir. That is CIPU, in which organization I am the National Vice President. That's why I have given. And also in association with Fujitsu. Now, let us come to the point. Today, all of you have gathered, that is the 15 total teams. One is from Sri Balaji University. Remaining 14 teams, out of them 9 are online and 4 are, including ours, that is the offline. because of digital upgradation, people from different states, different universities with different, the institutes also, they are coming previously physically, but because of digital transactions and transformation, they are online. But we welcome all the 15 teams for this particular competition. Now please remember, this is the academic competition. And since this is the academic competition, here you have to present the case, follow the time which is given, analyze properly, at the same time, see that how the strategy which is going to be used and what type of the questions and the solutions which you are providing. So problem solving matters more in every case. Every case will differentiate in respect of your learning. And therefore, please remember, though this is the competition, but this is the competition related with your intelligence. And since it is related with your organizational skills, capacity building, as well as the learning from others also. And therefore, with the few lines, 2 simple lines, I wish you all the great success. Fuel your passion. Fuel your passion. Ignite your aim. Rise with your strength and aim for the best. With this, I wish you a best of luck and see that how ethically, with rational behavior and with the sound contribution, who will be the winner. Thank you very much.
May I request our student manager, Ms. Shivika Brapuria, to introduce our chief guest.
Good morning to our esteemed guests, faculty members and student managers. I, Shivika Brapuria, student manager at Balaji Institute of Technology and Management, Sri Balaji University, Pune. I'm honored to introduce Mr. Vikas D. Pandey, a distinguished professional with over 2 decades of expertise in program management, transitions, and project migrations, gained through impactful roles at leading global organizations. Currently at Fujitsu, Sir serves as an entrepreneur incubator and accelerator and a program manager for transitions and transformations, where he has been at the forefront of driving innovation and managing strategic programs for over 6 years. His contributions have consistently strengthened organizational frameworks and facilitated seamless transformations. Sir's illustrious career spans tenure at industry giants like Atos, ANZ, TCS, Accenture, and Wipro Limited. In each of these roles, he has excelled in leading complex projects, managing transitions, and delivering outstanding results. Academically, Mr. Pandey has a diploma in software engineering from the Center for Development of Advanced Computing, along with a global certificate in product management from Accredion. These qualifications underscore his commitment to lifelong learning and adapting to evolving industry trends. Let us extend a warm welcome to our chief guest, Mr. Vikas D. Pandey, with a big round of applause.
I now invite our Vice Chancellor, Dr. G.K. Shirode, to felicitate our chief guest from Fujitsu Consulting Limited, Mr. Vikas Pandey.
It is an immense honor and privilege for me to introduce a visionary leader and a true luminary in the field of marketing, Mr. Manu Kumar, the Head of Marketing and Corporate Communication at Hero Electric Vehicles. With a staggering 25 years of diverse experience in integrated marketing, Mr. Kumar stands as a beacon of excellence in the field of marketing communication, brand management, digital media, public relations, and e-commerce. His journey in the corporate world is nothing short of exemplary. Mr. Kumar's career has seen him transform iconic brands across sectors from IT and telecom to oil and gas, FMCG, BFSI, and even entertainment. Truly a testament to his vast expertise and innovative approach. His legacy of success continues with his work in some of the world's most renowned organizations and campaigns, having collaborated with illustrious brands such as Coca-Cola, Shell, Motorola, MTV, Intel, and Microsoft, to name a few. Today, we are truly in presence of a marketing icon. His unwavering dedication, passion, and innovative thinking have redefined the landscape of marketing in India and beyond. Please join me in giving a resounding round of applause to our esteemed guest, Mr. Manu Kumar.
I now invite BITM Director Dr. Sanjeet Kumar Das to felicitate our external judge, Brand and Communication Advisor, Mr. Manu Kumar.
I am honored to introduce our esteemed guest, Dr. Abhay Pant. Sir is currently working as the Assistant Professor in School of Business at IIT Guwahati. He is a fellow PhD in Economics from Indian Institute of Management, Indore, and holds MA in Financial Economics from Gokhale Institute of Politics and Economics, Pune, and BSc in Economics from Symbiosis International University, Pune. Prior to joining IIT Guwahati, he has worked as an assistant professor at IIM Rohtak for over 3 years. He is the recipient of Symbiosis School of Economics Alumni Achievement Award 2019 and 20. His teaching interest includes microeconomics, macroeconomics, financial economics, and bank management. His research areas of interest include banking, public affairs, governance, and technology adoption. Let us welcome our esteemed guest with a big round of applause.
I now request our Deputy Director, Dr. Rajeshwari Patil, to felicitate our judge, the Assistant Professor in School of Business at IIT Guwahati, Dr. Abhay Pant.
I'm honored to introduce our internal judges, Dr. Farooqi AS. He is an accomplished professor with both industry and academia experience at various leadership roles, an MBA, MPhil, and PhD in Marketing Management from Savitribai Phule, Pune University. Having 16 years of corporate experience in the pharmaceutical industry in various leadership roles in companies like Cipla, Cadila Pharma, Elchem, and Sun Pharma Limited. Assignments in teaching include teaching as faculty at Symbiosis International University, teaching courses in marketing management, international business, digital business, and pharmaceutical marketing, corporate governance and business ethics, and business communication. Presented papers in various national and international conferences. With proven expertise in teaching, training, and team building, Dr. Farooqi has conducted various managerial development programs for sales executives and middle-level managers across the pharmaceutical industry. Research areas of interest include pharmaceutical sales and marketing dynamics in the changing consumer space, sports event management, and consumer behavior. Participated and presented papers at CERE IIM Indore, twice at the International Marketing Conference. Presently working as Associate Professor at Sri Balaji University, Pune. Also coordinator for NAAC IQAC at Balaji Institute of Technology and Management, Pune. Please welcome Dr. Farooqi sir with a big round of applause.
I now invite Dr. Ritika Singh to felicitate our judge, Associate Professor at Sri Balaji University, Pune, Dr. Farooqi AS.
Just to add for the information, Farooqi sir happens to be the scholar of our respected Vice Chancellor, sir, Dr. G.K. Sirde, sir. We are very proud to have you. Thank you.
I'm honored to introduce Dr. Shubhasi Sen, sir, which is an internal guest, and he is an MBA from Jadavpur University, Kolkata, MPhil from Bharati Vidyapeeth Deemed University, Pune, and PhD from University of Calcutta in the area of business management, and presently Professor of Marketing in BITM, Sri Balaji University, Pune, with 25 years of experience in corporate and academic world. His teaching interests include marketing research, sports management, and digital marketing. Dr. Sen has published research papers, case studies, book chapters indexed in Scopus, ABDC, and UGC Care. His publication and research interests include sports analytics, sports for development, attendance behavior in sports events, leadership personality traits, social media advertising, digital inclusion, and quality of life. He has won several awards in sports like Winner in Fitness for Freedom Half Marathon, organized by Symbiosis International University, Pune, 3 times. Winner in Intercollegiate Football Tournament, Kolkata, and Best Paper Awards in the Marketing Strategies track at SIBM International Conference, Pune, and Lexicon International Conference, Pune. He has conducted corporate training for reputed public and private sector companies and promoted executive education for SCM HRD, Pune. Please welcome Dr. Shubhasi Sen, sir, with a big round of applause.
I now invite Professor Rajkiran Pond to felicitate our judge, Professor of Marketing in BITM, Sri Balaji University, Pune, Dr. Shubhasi Sen.
Dr. Sen, wait. Some more addition is there. Just 3 days back, he is one of the research scholar, completed very successfully a doctoral research, that is the PhD degree, under the superb guidance of Dr. Sen. Congratulations. And he is the alumni of Sri Balaji Society and the University.
Please welcome the keynote speaker, our chief guest for today's ceremony from Fujitsu Consulting Limited, Mr. Vikas Pandey, for an introduction to today's theme.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and fellow innovators. My name is Vikas D. Pandey. I'm a part of Fujitsu Accelerator program that supports innovative ideas and brings them to shape using the technologies developed by our colleagues globally. Today, we gather at the threshold of a new era, an era where creativity meets necessity, where imagination fuels progress, and where innovation transforms challenges into opportunities. Welcome to Case Quest 2024. Innovation is not merely about finding new ways to do things. It's about creating better ways to live. It's about turning ideas into realities that touch lives, solve problems, and inspire others. Today, we come together to share stories of triumph, to learn from each other's experiences, and to be inspired by the boundless possibilities that lie ahead. We live in a world where technology advances at an unprecedented pace, where data analytics can predict trends before they even happen, where artificial intelligence can solve complex problems with ease. But amidst all this technology prowess, let us not forget the heart of innovation, human creativity. Creativity is what drives us to dream big, It is what pushes us beyond our comfort zones and challenges us to think differently. It is what turns ordinary ideas into extraordinary solutions. To our presenters and participants, your work here today is a testament to your dedication and passion for creating positive change. Each case study represents hours of hard work, meticulous research, and creative thinking. Your efforts are not just about presenting solutions, they are about inspiring others to follow your footsteps. Your work here today represents more than just projects or initiatives. It represents hope for a better future. Your dedication to finding innovative solutions is a beacon of light in times of uncertainty. As we engage with these case studies, I urge each one of you not just to absorb information, but to be inspired by it. Let these stories spark something within you, a desire to innovate, a passion to create change. Remember that every great innovation started with a single idea and a spark that ignited a fire of creativity and determination. Innovation knows no boundaries. It transcends industries, cultures, and geographies. It connects us all in our shared quest for improvement and excellence. So, let us embrace the spirit of innovation with open hearts and minds. Let us collaborate, let us inspire each other, and let us strive together towards creating a world that is more sustainable, more equitable, and more vibrant. In closing, I would like to leave you with a quote from Steve Jobs. Innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. Today, we are here not just as followers, but as leaders, leaders who will shape the future through our innovative solutions. I'm glad to be part of this inspiring event, this journey. I'm confident that the insights shared here today will not only educate, but also motivate each one of us to become better representatives of change in our respective fields. So I wish you, each one of you, all the best, and let the journey begin. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We now begin our case quest. I would like to request Manu Kumar sir and Faruqi sir to please proceed to BITM Lab 2. I request all the judges to take their seats. May I now request our first team, Data Champs, to come on stage. Before starting the presentation, the guidelines are your presentation time is 15 minutes, followed by 10 minutes Q&A by judges. We'll be giving a 10-minute alarm warning bell and then a 15 minutes final bell. Timer ready? Start.
We cannot survive 3 minutes without oxygen, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food. We sense that water is an essential aspect in our life, and we know what its importance is. So today, similarly, we are going to analyze and review a case that in circumstances where an area or a region is hit by a disaster, how do we maintain our support system and how do we protect our essential nutrient, which is water, and which is very important for our survival. A very good morning to one and all. Dear audience, esteemed judges, today I, Nisha Mahato, along with my teammates Prathamesh and Muskan, will be representing Team Data Champs, and here is our analysis for this case.
Hello. So to start,
Just change the slide. It's not working.
this is not working. Canva, normal PPT. The font. huge number of people are at shelters, at hospitals, and this leads to a lot of issues because in the disaster, a lot of problems occur. So addressing the main challenge with an efficient recovery strategy is our main approach. And coming to the case study, we are prioritizing mainly critical locations, optimizing the resource usage, and the least amount of time for repair and reconstruction of the infrastructure. So the main is the prioritized water supply using global information system and IoT sensors. It can be a very effective tool to have a real-time view of the current scenario. And then moving to infrastructure repair, having modular pipelines, prefabricated water tanks, and the most important part is being prepared for a disaster which can occur. We always know, like suppose in Mumbai floods are going to happen, and in cyclone hit regions like Odisha and Kolkata, a lot of cyclones keep on coming every year. So being prepared is another aspect. Now looking to cost-effective solutions, because budget is a main constraint, and skilled manpower, which can help during the time of disaster. Now coming to the expected outcomes, having a recovery strategy in place would obviously lead to a lot of essential reduction in water restoration time. Budget can be maintained, and also a 30% reduction in the wastage of water, because when water pipelines during disaster, a lot of water leaks happen. So moving on, okay, so the critical need for water supply in post-disaster scenario, I would like to start with the cycle that you see on the right, which is mainly starting with the first part, which is preparedness. That is before the disaster. And then after the disaster, there are 3 steps, that is response, recovery, and mitigation. These all play a very crucial role for a recovery to happen successfully. Now, mainly in hospitals and shelters, they become a hub for displaced people. A lot of health risks are seen, like diarrhea is a major cause seen, like it's a waterborne disease, and it is 90% preventable. And in cases of disaster, these waterborne diseases affect the people in a very large number, because everyone is in a very collective space. Now coming to the UNICEF report that highlights that 70% of the disaster affected areas are always affected by water shortages. Coming to infrastructure repair, importance of infrastructure repair. Traditional methods of infrastructure repair are very slow and time consuming, but moving on, we would need a quicker allocation of resources at our disposal. Destroying of key pipelines and storage units, this is another logistical challenge as well. In the Amphan cyclone of 2020, over 6 million people faced water scarcity, and the duration of that goes in a number of days. It creates a lot of problems. Now, here again we see the main challenges are resource scarcity, environmental barriers like a lot of landslides and flooded areas and debris makes it very difficult to reach the people. And budget constraints, obviously, because the government would have set a certain cap. The NGOs, they also work on limited funds, but a huge amount of destruction occurs. Urgency, because you need to restore it in a matter of days. So this, as you can see, the cyclone, the days without water, as you can see in Amphan, were 10 days. In Hatay earthquake in 2021 was 7 days. In Pakistan floods in 2022 were mainly 15 days. So you can see they were without water for a very long duration of time. Now moving on to Pratham.
So I hope we are not boring you guys. So quickly, since we can see there's a time constraint, I will do the analysis of what the key problem is and what are the key challenges that occur. So first challenge is the centralization of water system. We see that if we have a particular tank in a specific region, we are completely dependent on it. And once such calamity occurs, then that tank, if it is vanished or a certain haphazard happen, so our complete dependence is shattered and we don't have any other resource to rely on. So the key problem is centralization. So we need to decentralize the resources in order to prevent such kind of mishap to happen. The next one is impact of water shortage on health hygiene. So we know that how important water is for our basic health, and even as Muskan spoke about diarrhea, and there can also be certain diseases which can occur due to the mosquitoes which basically propel in the water conditions in dirty water. So we need to also tackle that issue, which is the second key problem or challenge. The third is challenge that we have. We know that we have certain people who come in shelter areas, but not all of them are skilled enough, or not all of them are equipped with enough knowledge on how to mitigate or how to work in this certain situation, and they don't have particular know-how that how this is going to work. So how we are going to manage these humans that we have is again a key challenge, which is the third aspect which we are going to see. Now the constraints that we have. So first is personal shortage. As I mentioned in the earlier slide as well, that we don't have much trained people who we can rely on in these situations. So in order to plan and in order to go about this team, first we need to ensure that all the people who are stuck have proper training, and they are equipped with enough technologies and knowledge in order to work in this situation. The next is budget limitation. Of course, the economy goes down, the whole area is shut, the whole infrastructure is broken down into pieces. So we do have budget constraints in certain situations. The next is time sensitivity. So we see that water is a critical resource, and if we are not able to bring it back in order within a certain time limit, then of course that can be a red alert for us. Next. So this is a schema for the proposed solution that we are here with. So first, in the first phase, we see that how we are going to bring along the supply chain of the water. So first we need to restore the water supply, and then we are going to focus on infrastructure. To begin with, we need to identify the critical locations. So we are equipped with technology which is GIS, which will identify the key critical zones. So we see that people usually go to hospitals or certain shelter regions. So we need to identify those regions in order to provide water in those specific regions. The next one is IoT-based sensors. So we see that there might be certain situations where there can be tank leakages and water will get wasted again. So we need to equip with data analytics and IoT-based systems in order to prevent such kind of mishappenings. The next one is dynamic resource allocation. Real-time tracking, of course, it is a key important in operations. Real-time tracking in order to see what is the current scenario, how we can navigate the future, and how can we go about it. The next one is enough utilization of water through distribution channels. It again is a major key criteria that we need to consider. The next one is infrastructure. So here I have highlighted HDPE tanks which can contain several gallons of water, but again we have several other resources and other tanks also which can carry up to 50,000 liters of water, and it can also be treated so that it can be continuously treated by using tablets, purification tablets. So again we can rely on that, portable pumps and fabricated water storage. So we have these collapsible tanks which can be utilized in this situation of calamities. Next. Oh. So just to quickly wrap up, you can see that we have created the waste reduction measures in which we can do leak detection as well as training the personals and budget management. Since we know that HDPE pipes and tanks cost less, so we can rely on them, and we can again collaborate with NGOs and private organizations. Personal mobilization is basically in order to see that what kind of recruiters we need in order to fulfill our requirements for this particular situation and what kind of technology we can use. Of course, drone technology is a good initiative wherein we can analyze from above that what are the current situations and then work about it.
So I'll be discussing the implementation plan which will be execute. So firstly, deploying drones which will have cameras and sensors to access the damage to water infrastructure. So this could show us the routes and where are the damage actually happening. And could using IoT sensors to monitor water level, pressure and the flows in pipelines, so we can detect leakage in that. Using GIS, so to create map using GIS, so it will give us the highlighting the critical areas where the damage has been mostly happening. So the next important phase would be the resource deployment. So where we will be deploying materials through transport in through airways, so because the areas which won't be inaccessible areas through road. So we'll be using drones and helicopter to transport hygiene kits and repair kits. So distributing repair kits and leak detection tools to repair teams so that they can implement through local authorities and volunteers. So and how are we going to execute this? They will prioritize hospitals and shelters because this becomes the major hubs for the damaged and the suffering peoples. Simultaneously addressing minor leaks and repairs in secondary areas through local authorities and volunteers, installing prefabricated tanks and using sensors, IoT sensors to using tanks for storage. Then initial water supply restored in critical areas, secondary zones supported concurrently. We will use real-time data which will gather from IoT sensors to detect flows and leakage which are happening in pipelines. So we can monitor that. Dynamically adjusting resource allocation based on GIS. So the data which we'll get from GIS will know where which are the areas, critical areas where the resource allocation should properly implemented. Evaluating daily progress and resolving bottlenecks. So this is the case study, hypothetical case study which we have taken, where the flood, level 4 cyclone causes widespread flooding in Odisha. So we'll be implementing drones identically 120 damaged pipelines segmenting across 15 villages. We will implement IoT sensors which will detect around 30% of water loss due to leakage. And we'll use HDPE pipelines and prefabricated tanks and repair kits which are being implemented through airways using helicopters. And the main target would be hospitals and the shelters which are the hubs for the diseased peoples. And the evaluation metrics would be, we'll try to implement water restoration time should be less than 72 hours and more than 90% of population should be covered. So these are the challenges which will face like through resistance of local authorities and
Next slide kar de, next slide kar de.
So the challenges which could be are like resistance from local authorities to get permissions, delayed permissions, environmental barriers like blocked road due to landslides, even heavy rainfall. So we'll have to use airways and other mediums through drones and helicopters. So the mitigation strategies could be partnering with local authorities or NGOs or international relief agencies. Involving local government for better or early detection. Like in Orissa, they are using early detection system to find out if there is any new calamity going to happening. So the contingency plan could include pre-identifying alternate transport routes. Like I said, helicopters and drones could be one of the strategy using helicopter or boats. Yeah. So and also we can train local authorities earlier so that they can volunteer this. And so yeah. And this is the budget which we have decided, so that the total cost could be around 12 lakhs for a specific area. So like for drones, HDPE pipelines and prefabricated tanks and using IoT sensors. So the past examples were in Haiti earthquake, so they have used water system, so they have reduced supply to 50,000 individuals in 72 hours. And in Kerala floods, prefabricated tanks were used to reduce repair times by around 40%. So yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So good presentation.
Thank you, sir.
So I'll start with some questions and then I'll give some suggestions as well. So when you talk about a case, right, a very critical element of a case is the decision focus or a decision dilemma, right? So as of now, what I can see from the presentation, it's more of a descriptive case, right? So if you add a decision focus or a decision dilemma in the case, what is the idea of a case, right? With a case, what are you trying to do is you're trying to explain a theory or a concept, right? And with a decision focus, and preferably by using some data, right? So I don't know if there is a decision focus that you have decided or in the process of deciding. Is there a decision focus in your case?
So basically, what our agenda was to first analyze that what are the key contingency and what are the key challenges that are occurring, and then in the later slide which you saw that we also had a hypothetical case wherein we were supposed to make certain decisions based on the resources that we had at that time. So for a particular population, so we analyzed for Odisha. So for that particular region, we hypothetically devised that what would be the tanks and what would be the key locations, and again the whole contingency plan. So similarly we devised that.
Maybe you can streamline the decision focus.
Right.
And what are the concepts that you're trying to explain? I mean, from a case, right? Somewhere you're talking about HR, somewhere you're talking about supply chain, somewhere you're talking about technology, where you're talking about drones, IoT sensors and all. So what are the concepts or what are the theories that you're trying to explain? Because case is more of an application, right?
Right, right.
So, I mean, that is also something which you can think of.
Definitely.
And then, of course, another critical aspect of a case is, doing some data analysis and research, right? So what is the idea? You have a decision focus, and from that, right, what you try to do is you use some data to find out a solution. And that also serves as an exercise for the participants, right? If you can do that, I don't know, because, considering the disaster management case, how would you be able to do it? But if you do that and you build a decision focus and use some data analysis, that will add a lot of value.
Yeah, so just to add on to your point, so initially while we were looking through the data, we saw that there were certain time frames in which the mitigation plans were implemented, and to cater to the number of people who were affected and the time limits. So this was the data that we got authorization to, that these are the number of hours that a particular area can survive these number of people. So this is a key data element that we found and we also included in the case. Maybe we did not gave much attention to it and we did not elaborate it more. More. So I think that was our key lacking, which I believe.
Yeah. So my suggestion would be try to build a decision focus, decision dilemma for your case. Then use some data to answer or to find a solution to that decision dilemma. Right. So that will add a lot of value.
Definitely.
And try to streamline your case in terms of what are you trying to explain out of your case. There are too many things.
Yes.
There is supply chain. There are, let's say,
ITs.
resource-related barriers. There are HR challenges, right? And so many things. Environmental barriers.
Right.
And then you are talking about technology. It's as of now it looks like there's nothing very streamlined that is coming out of it. So if you do that, I think it will add a lot of value to what you're doing. Right?
I think we did not do the integration of all three, because these three aspects are very important in case of certain calamities. We lacked in doing that.
Yeah, so I think that is all from my side. I think.
Thank you so much
thank
for the
you.
feedback, sir.
I don't have any question to you. I have two suggestions.
Right, sir.
One is you should have connected the case study with SDG goals, Sustainable Development Goals of UNESCO. Because there, as Sir has already stated, that there is no concepts or theories which you have been aligned. Secondly, you're talking about crisis. So how you can use this concept like crisis-driven innovation in marketing? This is very important because see, we have to take preemptive action on these cases, especially the things that you are trying to focus like flood situation or maybe a endemic or pandemic situation. So how I am going to handle that situation? So this, if you can connect with these two concepts, I think it will be a better representation and it will cover all the aspects that you are talking about.
Noted, sir. Yes.
Because UNESCO has already given this. We have got the ready framework. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much for the feedback, sir.
What I like about you guys is, the coordination, crisis management, basically with the technical issues that you have faced. That's first thing. The other thing, what I would suggest is, there could be some scope of improvement in terms of clarity in the solution.
Right.
What I see is, yes, a beautiful variety of the things that you think of, but could be better, organized and better focused. That's what I could think of, and think that would bring clarity to the concept, the solution itself. So it's like, as Sir mentioned, good idea would be like having a very focus on the dilemma, then give the journey towards the appropriate solutions, and then moving it further towards the focused ones which are realistically possible, and then focusing on that and getting more details.
Right.
That's all from my side, and good teamwork.
Thank
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. So we'll be breaking up for 10 minutes quick refreshment or washroom break. So there's some refreshment being lined up at the corners. So everybody can go out and please come back in 10 minutes. Next presentation team is Kuhlers. Just 10 minutes, we'll be starting with the... Please come back. Coordinators, please take care.
So the guidelines for your presentation is you will be given 15 minutes to present your presentation, and we'll be giving a 10 minutes warning bell, and then the final bell will be given after 15 minutes. 10 minute the presentation will be of 15 minutes, and it will be followed by a 10 minutes Q&A by judges. Timer ready? Start.
Hello. So, as we all know, the basic necessity of humans, food, water, and shelter. But what if we are not provided with proper water facilities after the post calamities? Good morning, everyone present here. We are from Team MindQuest, and we are here to present the comprehensive infrastructure repair solutions for post disaster solutions. First of all,
Yes, it is.
natural disaster often disrupt essential services, leaving communities in a vulnerable state and helplessness. We require immediate support after the natural calamities hit us. Shelters and hospitals play a critical role in providing safety, medical care, and basic necessities. However, these facilities face significant challenges, especially with increased water demand and limited resources. No, it's not working.
सर बघा ना एकदा.
To effectively promote the comprehensive infrastructure repair solutions, the focus should be on emphasizing their critical role in maintaining safeties. Shelters and hospitals serve as lifelines for disaster-affected communities, providing essential services during the time of it. Immediate refugee and safety shelters provide safe havens for displaced individuals, protecting them from ongoing hazards such as extreme weathers. They ensure basic needs like food, water, and shelter.
I'll be talking about the challenges faced after the post-disaster conditions. The major challenge faced is increased water demand, as after the post-disaster situation there is high influx of victims in hospitals and shelters. So there is a need of water. Also, there is limited resources, as there are shortage of trained personals at the site of post-disaster. Also, there is water wastage, a lot of water wastage due to damage to the infrastructures, so leaks and inefficiencies in damaged water supply systems. Budget, there is a tight budget concern from the government, so there are not many resources which are available for us during the disaster situation. The proposed solutions for this is the first and the most critical step during any kind of post-disaster situation is rapid assessment. This is the critical step in disaster response to identify urgent needs and prioritize action. The steps include in rapid assessments are data collection. Data collection gives us real-time information about the extent of disaster on infrastructure, particularly the water supply system. Usage of tools like drones and satellite images will help us to quickly evaluate the situation and work on it. Then the second point is identify priority areas. Priority areas such as hospitals, shelters, and densely populated areas should be analyzed and prioritized by the people around them. Now, damage analysis due to the floods and any other kind of natural disaster, there is damage to infrastructure. So we can apply some, we can use some acoustic sensors to detect the leakage in the pipelines and storage tanks. Also, the water, contaminated water, can cause diseases like cholera. So this should be treated as soon as possible. The second cause is minimizing water loss. Leak detection and water repair and temporary repairs should be done. Leak detection through acoustic sensors, pressure monitoring, and smart meters to quickly identify and fix the leaks. Resource management, there is shortage of trained personnel, so the trained personnel should be used wisely, like in the places like the shelters and hospitals. Using technology like mobile water tankers should be implemented in the disaster areas to minimize the damage of the post. Collaborative efforts should be done. With engagement with local stores and government and coordination with NGOs should be done. Building resilience is the next point. Resilience is resilience is about helping communities face and recover from disaster, with a focus on tackling the root cause rather than dealing with the consequences.
So after the post calamities, employment opportunities of victims should also be done, like creating opportunities. Like if you look at the short term employment goals, like we can use them, we can provide them opportunities in the field of like debris removals and cleanups. Like we can hire the affected individuals in the damaged area for restoring basic infrastructure. We can also give them opportunities in temporary construction work, like we employ victims in temporary projects such as building shelters or in restoring water facilities also. We can also give them opportunities in agriculture support also, like such as crop planting, harvesting, or livestock. Innovative employment initiatives, like for cash for work programs, we can implement cash for work programs where victims can receive the cash payments for participating in community development projects, and digital employment opportunities can also be provided, like online freelancing and etc. To conclude the topic, for water restoration facilities, we can propose some unique strategies, like from the time span of short to long term, from 0 to 5 years, like emergency. If we talk about short term goals, we can provide like emergency water trucking facilities or water distribution points. In medium span, we can talk about installation of water storage tankers, and in future running courses, like in a longest period of time, we can develop in a water safety plans, like water tank facilities and etc., including pipes, pumps, and treatment plants. We can establish a monitoring and evaluation system to track the progress or identify the challenges to make the adjustment in water restoration facilities. Thank you.
Just have one question. If you could elaborate about the employment opportunities with the problem statement over here.
Sir, about the employment opportunities with the problem statement, like we are talking about the water restoration facilities. like it will require people to create in helping the water restoration facilities. Like in there also employment can be generated. Like victims can also help in providing with in helping in that system.
Okay. That is it from my side. Thank you.
Sir.
Hi. For you also, I have similar suggestions because there are certain critical aspects of a case. When you talk about a case, in your presentation also, what I could assess was it was more of a descriptive case, right? Whereas it adds a lot of value if there's a decision focus in the case. So again, I would also suggest you that you try to frame a decision focus, and maybe if you can get some data, do some data analysis, which will help you in addressing your decision focus. There could be a decision focus or a dilemma, and there could be several ways of solving it, right? That empirical exercise or that data exercise should ideally help you in solving that decision focus.
Okay, sir.
And there should be some core concepts that you should be able to explain out of the case, right? So for example, in this case, disaster management, it could be used in a disaster management course. So you could explain concepts related to disaster management, or technology is very critical in this case, so maybe some aspects of technology management and all. I think that will add a lot of value to your case, and that's all. Thank you.
Yes.
Yep. See, again, I would like to tell you give you some suggestions, like especially during post-recovery of any disaster. Have you dealt with some situation like at-risk children, tolerance?
Yes.
So these concepts, if you can bring in, like many children, they go homeless.
Yes, sir.
They lose their parents. What will happen with those children? That can be a dilemma in your case. So be little specific whenever you are dealing with any case study. Case study is not a general representation of data. It's a very specific problem which we are dealing with, and we are diving into it problem and trying to drill down and come up with analysis.
Yes, sir.
So if I am dealing with at-risk children, how I am going to improve their quality of life post-disaster recovery.
Yes.
So try to think of something like that, so that it will give a direction to the evaluators to evaluate you. Otherwise, what happens? You are discussing lot of things, but ultimate outcome is not very conclusive. Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Understood.
All the best.
Thank you, sir.
I may now call upon stage Team Big Brains for their presentation. Your presentation is ready?
Yeah.
Judges ready?
Just a moment. We will evaluate. Give us 5 minutes.
Okay.
Before the next.
Sure, sir.
Take your time for preparation.
Yeah. Thank you.
Judges, are you ready? Yes. Timer ready? Okay, start.
So, good morning everyone. My name is Ritesh. I'm from Team Big Brains. I study at BITS Pilani Goa campus. So, I come from an engineering background, as you can tell by my not so formal attire. Unfortunately, my team member Pradnya could not be here due to some travel restrictions. So, but she has a huge contribution in making of this scheme as well. So, coming to our presentation, we decided to go for water recovery strategies for disaster hit areas, because water recovery is one of the major concerns that we face post-disaster, which is also an essential thing for human living. So our focus would be on rapid recovery, scalability, sustainability, and cost effectiveness, which would ensure return to normalcy of the disaster-affected communities. Yeah. Now, to highlight or to introduce the problem, natural disasters such as earthquakes, hurricanes, and floods severely disrupt essential services. And according to UN, the United Nations, the major cause of water supply disruption is leaks and ruptured pipelines or damaged water infrastructure, as we can see. And the shelters and hospitals become hub of activity, which obviously have to accommodate a large number of people who need clean water for drinking. So this sudden increase in demand for water places an immense pressure on the already compromised infrastructure, because during earthquakes we see that many pipelines might get damaged. So this increased water demand might compromise the already damaged infrastructure. So efficient water recovery becomes very essential in such scenarios, and not just efficient, rapid. Now, according to WHO, the minimum daily water requirement in emergency settings is 15 liters per person, if we include all like drinking, cooking, and hygiene. But in disaster hit shelters, this demand spikes by almost 300 to 500%, because obviously there is an increased population density and hygiene concerns also. As we can see that following the 2011 Tohoku earthquake in Japan, over 1.8 million households were left without access to running water for weeks. So imagine not being able to drink, or even like able to access basic necessities for weeks straight up. Now, as we can see from the graph itself, the initial days from till day 3, the water availability, which is like the stored water or the water already present in the pipelines, might be sufficient. But post day 3, the surge in water demand rises exponentially, and it gets uncontrollable at day 8, that is within a week. So our focus was to implement a recovery strategy which would at least, restore the basic infrastructure of water recovery within a week. Now the problem, what is the problem that we face? UNDRR, which is the United Nations Office for Disaster Recovery Reduction, estimates that 60% of water supply infrastructure can be damaged or rendered inoperable after major disasters such as earthquake or floods. Now, what is the main problem? It is the limited availability of skilled personnel, equipment, and financial resources, which are to be made quickly available for this post-recovery. Now, timely restoration of water services is crucial for